Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. In this video, Nest.js. Today we're diving deep into one of the most powerful frameworks in the Node.js ecosystem. Have you ever started a Node.js project that grew quickly only to find yourself drowning in disorganized code, hard to test logic, and maintenance nightmares? What if there was a framework that brought the structure and elegance of Angular to the backend, enforcing clean architecture while still giving you the flexibility of Node.js? That's exactly what NestJS delivers. And Nest, by the way, is N-E-S-T, not next, it's N-E-S-T, Nest. And as of 2026, Nest is at version 11.1.11, and it's more mature and performant than ever. In this video, we're going to break it all down, what it is, who it's for, how to get started step by step, the massive benefits, and yes, the few trade-offs you should know about. If you're a developer building APIs, microservices, or anything scalable, this could be a game changer for you. So let's jump in. First, let's get a solid overview of what NestJS actually is. NestJS is a progressive open source framework for building efficient, reliable, and scalable server-side applications on Node.js. Created back in 2017 and heavily inspired by Angular, it uses TypeScript by default, but fully supports plain JavaScript too. At its core, NestJS combines object-oriented programming, functional programming, and functional reactive programming paradigms to give you a highly modular and maintainable structure. It sits on top of HTTP platforms like Express by default, but you can switch to Fastify for even better performance out of the box if you so choose. What makes it stand out is its opinionated architecture. Everything is built around modules, controllers, providers, and a powerful dependency injection system. This isn't just another wrapper around Express, it's a full-fledged framework that supports REST APIs, GraphQL, microservers with transporters like Kafka or Redis, WebSockets for real-time features, CQRS patterns, event sourcing, and more. The ecosystem is huge, with official integrations for TypeORM, Prisma, Mongoose, Sequelize, Swagger, Passport for authentication, JWT, caching, validation with Class Validator, and even testing utilities. As of NestJS 11, released in 2025 with ongoing patches, it now requires Node.js 20 or higher for full support, dropping older versions like 18. Key updates in version 11 include improved startup times through better dynamic module handling, updated cache module using the latest Cache Manager v6, a new parse date pipe in Common, and full compatibility with the stable Express 5 and Fastify 5. It's used in production by massive companies like Adidas, Autodesk, IBM, GitLab, to name a few, proving it's enterprise ready. Now let's talk about eligibility and requirements. Who should use NestJS and what do you need to get going? Well, NestJS is ideal if you're building anything beyond a simple script or prototype. Think monoliths that need organization, complex APIs with multiple endpoints, microservice architectures, real-time apps, or serverless functions. It's perfect for teams because the structure enforces consistency, making onboarding easier. If you're coming from Angular, you'll feel right at home with decorators, modules, and DI. But even if you're from Express or Fastify backgrounds, the learning curve is manageable. Requirements are straightforward. You have, Node.js version 20 or later, as we mentioned. You'll want TypeScript knowledge for the best experience, since type safety is a huge selling point, but JS works fine. Install the Nest CLI globally with npm commands that you can find online. And really that's it. No heavy prerequisites beyond a modern Node environment. Okay, let's get practical with a step-by-step guide on how to build your first NestJS application. Start by opening your terminal and running nest new my project. I'm not going to make a super complicated video here where I'm posting everything on the screen. So you're really going to have to visualize this. But basically, you'll be prompted to choose a package manager, npm, yarn, and it scaffolds a full project with TypeScript config, ESLint, Jest for testing, and a basic app module. If you want stricter TypeScript rules from the start, add the -- strict flag. Once installed, cd into the project and run npm run start dev for hot reload development mode. Out of the box, you get a root module in app_module.ts that imports the app controller and app service. The controller handles the routes like a get endpoint at the root, returning hello world, while the service contains injectable logic. To add a new feature, use the CLI. Nest generate module users creates a users module, then Nest G controller users, Nest G service users. This generates boilerplate with proper decorators. Maybe I'm going a little bit too much into detail, but this stuff is really, really helpful. To build microservices, bootstrap with microservice options using transporters like Redis or MQTT. For testing, Nest gives you E2E and unit tests with supertest and Jest. You can run npm run test :cov for coverage. If you're deploying, build with npm run build, then start the dist main.js in production mode. The CLI makes everything fast and consistent. So why choose NestJS? What are the real benefits? First and foremost, scalability. The modular design lets you break your app into feature modules that import only what they need, preventing bloat as your project grows to thousands of lines. Dependency injection makes your code loosely coupled, testable, and reusable. Swap implementations without touching core logic. Type safety with TypeScript catches errors at compile time, saving hours of debugging. Performance is excellent, especially with Fastify adapter, often beating raw express and benchmarks. The out-of-the-box tools are massive time savers. Pipes for transformation validation, guards for auth, interceptors for logging or caching, exception filters for consistent error handling, and decorators for everything. Testing is a breeze with built-in support for unit integration and end-to-end tests. The community is thriving. Over 74,000 GitHub stars, active maintainers, ensuring support until at least 2030, and a rich ecosystem of official and community modules. For enterprise needs, it supports monorepos with NX integration, CLI schematics for code generation, and patterns like CQRS or event-driven architecture natively. Have you ever refactored a messy Express app? NestJS prevents that from happening in the first place by guiding you towards clean architecture. That said, no framework is perfect. Let's quickly cover the downsides and risks. The main one is the learning curve. If you are new to decorators, modules, or dependency injection, it might feel overwhelming compared to raw Express. Projects start a bit heavier with more boilerplate, though the CLI mitigates this. It's opinionated, so if you hate structure or want maximal flexibility, something minimalist might suit better. Older Node versions below 20 aren't supported anymore, which could require upgrades. And while performant, the abstraction layer adds slight overhead. Not noticeable in most apps, but critical in extreme low latency scenarios. Overall, these are minor for most use cases. In conclusion, NestJS is hands down one of the best choices in 2026 for building production-grade Node.js backends. Its Angular-inspired architecture, combined with modern features and a strong ecosystem, makes it future-proof and developer-friendly. Whether you're solo or on a team, it enforces best practices without getting in the way. If this helped you understand NestJS better, hit that like button, subscribe for more deep dives into dev tools and frameworks, and drop a comment. Are you using NestJS already, or what's holding you back? We'd love to hear from you. What's your favorite feature? Any anecdotes, stories, questions, drop them in the YouTube comments below. Also, share your project ideas. We read every comment. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to the channel. We'll see you in the next video.